Okay, so I've been going through games and trying to get an actual good game, and I had a 3,400 average damage in the first 12 games, but as you can see, I've had a couple shit ones because I'm at 14 now and 3,200. But I just wanted to stop for a second. Um, Also, excuse my poor commentary because I haven't done this in a while, but I was watching Midzy's video on it, and he was saying that it was underwhelming, partially because of the alpha and because it felt like a medium. But I think that that's the problem with people when they would buy this tank, like shitters who just see heavy and they're like, oh, it's big tank that take damage. No, this is like a chieftain or like an E5, but when you compare it to something like an E5 that has no mobility now and they nerfed it and it has less HP, and it just feels underwhelming and less gun handling. Like something like a 2 and 5B, it's kind of squishy. Like I think it's solid, but it's kind of squishy. This thing, it has 10 degrees of gun depression, which is already better than those two. It has like it has solid DPM. I run Rammer on it, which is probably it's personal preference, but it puts your damage per minute almost up to 3k. And it has 380 alpha, so you can think of it kind of like a slower medium, which is I think what a lot of like anybody who has a brain is going to do. You have a 45 km/h top speed, and it's just built for that kind of play. So I've been trying to get a good game. I've been sitting here just doing this description over and over. Let's see if we can actually get a good one. Um, I was listening to the video and going through the comments of Meezy's video, and there was somebody who said that they spent $1,200 on this, I think, which is, it seems, I don't want to shit talk because it's their money, it's their whatever, like, I'm sure that, whatever, it just seems unrealistic because I spent $70 for the double gold offer, right, and I got 70k gold, I got the gloves, like, maybe I just got lucky, I'm not gonna discount that, but I'm just saying that if you can guarantee the 10 globes, like, for me it was $70, and I guess it's not whether the tank is bad or not because it's clearly solid. I think it's whether the tank is like suits your playstyle for the money. And I think personally that it compares really, really, really well to something like an E5 or an S-Conk or whatever because it can just consistently hit and pen shots. Like I was on Himmelsdorf and I literally did 7k the fourth game because I was consistently penning the 60 TP's hatch. And that is something you can't do in literally any other tier 10 heavy. And this one has crazy DPM. So I don't know. If this queue doesn't take too long, I'll keep talking about it some. Just trying to stall for time here. But yeah, it's been a while off of YouTube. I guess I could try to do this more. Um, but yeah, we got Fort Despair. This is an okay map for this tank depending on which side we go. I don't want to go right. We have less heavies yet. I think this is a good call. They have 4202 and a 62. So I think that I'm gonna go mid. Fuck. Excuse me, but yeah, this thing is really, really fast. Like, when you think of the acceleration and the traverse, like, you're not gonna get this with an E5. This is an E5 when it had the good consumable, and that's only when the consumable was on. But that is this tank all the time. It has better DPM, better gun depression, better armor. And to say that it's underwhelming for a great tank is kind of an insult, honestly. Because, like, to me, at least, the 454 was solid, but it's just, it wasn't something that I could just go back to because I found fun playing and I found solid playing. I just didn't like it that much. And yeah, they're going to be coming around here. I'm going to rotate to where our mediums are and just try to stay where the HP is. But yeah, about that, this is a tank that can't really, it can't really fight its own battles, honestly. Unless you have a solid hull down position that's easy to fall back from, you're going to get fucked if you get crossfired, because the turret especially, you see that, it's flat on both sides. Like, you're not gonna live through people poking on either sides of you. But like this position, I'm comfortable poking to the C4. Because he has solid pen, but he's not gonna go through the front of the turret like that. Whatever. This isn't a horrible game so far. I'm thinking what I could do is just farm this IS4 and go through him. So this is a good opportunity to showcase like the 1v1 aspect of the tank. This guy isn't very good though, so it won't be very interesting. But oh shit, he could have HE'd me for 1,000. He probably should have. But yeah, people complain a lot. Like Meadsy was talking about the alpha of the gun, like specifically that it's 380, and for a heavy, like sure that's not like a heavy alpha, but who cares if you can consistently deliver and penetrate that alpha? Like it doesn't matter. 62 is gonna shoot the 140. Please shoot the 140. Yeah, like, it's literally a medium. Like, it feels like you're playing a medium when you're playing it. Like, I'm sure that it's obviously, like, not an actual medium, but you know what I mean. Like, we are just gonna farm damage here, poke on the reloads and stuff. I don't think I have a shot here yet, no. That's okay, though. Let's see. Yeah, the max roll is 475, so, and you're not gonna get that, like, I have all my crew skills maxed out, so of course I'm gonna get that perk more than, like, the average person playing this, but I think the problem really is, my loader's dead. That's okay, I already did 3k, I don't care, but it's just a really solid tank, and you saw that it was really mobile. I'll probably play one more just so you can get a better idea of what it does in, like, a heavier brawling scenario, but it's a more passive tank. It's a DPM tank, at least for me. I play it with Rammer because I don't like penning things. Fuck. But yeah, that was 3.2 on a map that was, it should be meant for tier 1 only still. But yeah, you're gonna see my loadout here. I'm running Rammer, double aiming because I go pretty close to people all the time. That's not to say that the shell velocity is bad or anything. That just means that I'm close to people most of the time. Spotting because I don't really play this like a TD. Nobody probably should. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, most of the things I do for this vehicle, but see if we can get another good game in. This is really just a video to make a video, because the Concept 1B is out, and I'm sure that people would like to see gameplay of it. And I know that, like, not a lot of people are just going to have $70 laying around, but if it's something that you genuinely like, and you like the STB and want something with better gun handling or more armor that feels more substantial, this might be for you. I'm not going to say whether it's worth it or not, because that's a decision for you, but I think it's an extremely solid vehicle. It's anything but fucking disappointing. I know Meadsy's a good guy. Like, I respect him. He's cool. But I think that's just a severe fucking misjudgment, honestly. Like, to just claim that it's bad because alpha low and it's like a medium. Like, the armor is solid. You just have to not show your weak spots. And people will complain that they get pinned in the hatch, and you will get pinned in the hatch. Like, it's not huge, but it'll happen sometimes when you don't hide it. But you have 10 degrees of gun depression. Like, that's a lot of flexibility. Bad chat's running. Please, 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 please. Fuck. I'm an idiot. But yeah, let's see. Come on. Yeah, and that's where not running calibrated comes in. So I would recommend running calibrated, honestly. I just do this because I like the DPM and I'm crazy, but if that grill pokes, like, oh. Yeah, and it's a really accurate gun. You can see I didn't pen that shot, but that's either the pen or my fault for not aiming correctly. Yeah, see, look, this is a heavy tank, let me remind you. And people are complaining about it feels too much like a medium, but yeah, you can snap people very easily. I've done it on the move. Like, it's not something that this tank is, like, not familiar with, honestly. If he pokes, I got him, but this Leo's probably screwed. I don't want to poke, though, to lose 600 for no reason. Yeah, this gun is really, really good. Like, it takes a little to get used to, because it does feel a little off, but honestly, that's okay when it's this good for something that has this much armor and this much gun depression. And the mobility is extremely solid. Like, I know I'm just talking in circles, but if you want it and you have the money and you feel like you won't be disappointed if you don't get it, because it is literally gambling, I think that it's a solid choice to make. And I wouldn't recommend side scraping on this, by the way. The sides are really thin unless it's like beyond 100, 200 meters, because you're just not going to bounce stuff. You're better off 62-ing it around a corner, because that was my bad decision. But yeah, let's just see what we can. I was aiming for the track, but I'm so stupid. Okay. Yeah, and you can crossfire people. Like, honestly, you can just play a medium here. Just be like, oh, I'm going to farm you because I feel like farming you. This is something I would do in, like, my Leo. And you can play that role so well, and we're gonna lose, but we're gonna do damage. And I'm probably dead here. Yep. But yeah, that's 3.6k on a loss. I'm happy with that game. I would rather have that than like a 1k win, you know? And but yeah, that's honestly what I just think of the tank. I just wanted to make a video because I know that people probably appreciate it. I think that it's a solid tank. It's anything but a bad tank. I think that in the hands of a really skilled player, it could be kind of broken. But yeah, that's the concept 1B. If you have the money, if you hate yourself enough, buy it. It will love you forever. That's all from me, and I'll probably release more videos during the break.